What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. We're going to be going over all the charts, S&P, Dow Jones, silver, gold, XRP, B&B, and of course, Bitcoin. Definitely stick around for the whole video. These are very old charts we're going to go over and take a look at the resistance points we're hitting. I do believe the market is still in for a severe crash, although there is a possibility for one more push up. We'll take a look at that also. Let's get into the chart, see what's going on. Before we do, make sure you take 1 second out, smash that thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Do you believe we are just going to keep melting up and everybody can just hold and get rich? Or do you think there's going to be a huge opportunity for the downside shorting the markets? We're going to take a look at this. Stick around. So starting off with our silver chart, this silver chart is 2 years old, right? We were expecting a rejection area at this 25 to 25.25 range, and it looks like we've hit it. It's also the 0.618 fib. I do think if we get above this, then the markets may continue for one more push up, but it does look like we're getting rejected here. As you guys know, I have silver targets as low as $7, but $15 is my main target on that. Still looking for that. This is the macro view, of course. And gold, as you guys know, I've been talking about gold being put it in the weekly, and you can see a finished 5-wave count. There was wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've obviously keep testing this high for gold. I don't think that we're going to go much higher, although I could be wrong. Remember, if we do get one more push up, either way, I just don't think these markets are going to continue up, guys. And I'm going to show you why in all the charts. I'm going to show you all these charts are old, so just bear with me. No pun intended. We'll see what's happening, but as you can see, gold is not looking like it's going to break out here. This resistance is huge. So let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ's high, the high was back in 21, and I've told you guys I believe that was the high for all markets in 21, 2020, 2021 area. As you can see, we've not broken that high. We got back in this rising channel, but I personally do not think this is going to hold. I think this is all a bear market rally. Remember, when markets dump, everyone is super enthusiastic first. Everyone believes everything is saying it's going higher. Just buy, hold, continue on. When you feel that, when that FOMO kicking in, that's when you know this thing is about to dump, and dump in a big way. I believe something big is going to happen. Binance could be part of it. I've talked about Binance for over a year now, telling you guys, warning you guys, and you know what's happening with that with CZ and stuff now. So we've been expecting that for well over a year. I've showed you that chart for a long time, but as you can see, we've not made a new high, right? Let's look at S&P, no new high, right? It's the same patterns in all these. My S&P targets are 37,775, 3291, could be as possibly as low as these high 2000s here. If those break, it gets much, much worse for the markets. Dow Jones. So as you can see, we hit perfectly our trend line right here. I do believe this may be the top here. Now again, if we break above this 3750 or 35,750, could possibly continue up. It's looking like it's ready to dump, guys. As you guys know, my target is right around 27 to 28,000 for the first target. Now if we go into the weekly, I could go much, much lower than that, right? We talked about the biggest money grab in history, how they get people to come into the markets to take your money. I do believe that's what's happening. Let's take a look at oil. This chart is also 2 years old. I told you guys once we broke this, watch for 62.70. Boom, we nailed it over here, got our bounce, broke back down below, tested this for support or resistance, right? Got rejected so far. If this continues lower, We break that 62.70, looking for 35, possibly as low as 26. Those are measured moves. For all you people that keep saying you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, these are macro views of the market, and they are still playing out perfectly. And the people that are going to get hurt the most are the people buying into all this BS, right? So let's take a look at DXY. DXY is getting a beautiful bounce here. As you guys know, my next major target is 109. If 109 breaks as high as 115, then much, much higher after that. So if we do get this push up, we'll take a look at what that might mean for Bitcoin. Also going to be taking a look at a fractal of Bitcoin from the last bull market from to this, from 2017 and then the one we had in 2020. So let's take a look at what's going on there. As you can see, 10-year yields getting a nice bounce here. Will it bounce back up and continue higher? Possibly. There is room on the RSI for one more push to the low. If it does that, I would look for 4.12 and then a huge bounce. But we'll see what happens here. The 4-hour chart on the left is 2017 and 18 for Bitcoin, right? As you can see, it made its high, made a higher high, came back down. And if you take the fibs from this top to this low, you can see we broke the 0.382, came back down, didn't quite come back to the 0.236, bounced back up for another test. If we're going to get something like that again, right, it's going to look something like this. So if the dollar pushes up, we'll push down for Bitcoin. Dollar breaks back down, we have another push up, and then a continuation to the downside. But we're in the same area right here, 0.382 fib. Do you see that? Now, fractals don't always play out, right? But this one is seeming like it's playing out pretty nicely. They don't play out candle for candle, of course. But as you can see, it does look like this is what's happening here. You can see how high the RSI is here on the daily, right? And we made some bearish divergence. Yeah, we'll go into the more recent chart and the areas you need to watch after this. But guys, if you haven't checked out Prime XBT, I highly suggest them. They do not trade against you. By far the best crypto exchange out there. They don't have a lot of altcoins, but for trading Bitcoin and traditional markets, great exchange. And you could use my promo code Savvy50 to get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 gets you 25% off your fees. Their new feature is the crypto futures market right here. Set up more like all the other ones on this one. You still have your global markets, right? But the crypto futures market set up a lot like the other ones. And what was I going to say? Oh, I did make a video on how to place different orders. I'll leave that up top. It goes into detail on the different orders and how to place them. So definitely check that out. I'll leave it up top. So let's look at what's going on here. We have the daily, right? The daily, you can see here, we had this rising channel. The breakdown was huge. We have some measured moves for the breakdown of this. As you guys know, I still believe the true bottom. I told you we would have a false bottom, which we got at 15.5. I thought it'd go a little bit lower. It didn't. Now we got our bear market rally. This is very likely the top here because of this rising channel, right? But on the bullish case, if you look at the upside here, so if we do break up, we have to break this. So if we were to do it today, let's say, it would have to break this 38,950. If it does, I expect 42,225 to be a rejection area, right? So if we do break this, come up here, this will be a good short area. If it does come back down to retest this 39.2, 39.4, and then pops back up and breaks this, it could go as high as 50,300. And that's just a measured move of the width of the channel to the breakout above. But remember, this could get a huge rejection at the 0.5 and come down. But if we cannot get back above this, guys, this could be a huge, huge, huge short opportunity because your downside targets are right here. So your first one would be around this 34,000, which would be the median of this rising channel. Probably get a bounce here because it usually bounces around in the median, right? Come back up, come down, break that, and then you're looking at around the 28.5 range, depending on how long it takes, right? But if it was to happen in the next month or two, it would be around that 28.5. Once this breaks, that is a huge, huge, huge short opportunity, right? Your measured moves. So if you take the width of the channel, right? You take your measured move. Let's say it breaks at this 26.5 range, right? Your target's going to be around 17,000. Expect a bounce. How big and how long, who knows? We'll see what kind of pattern it makes. But expect a bounce here. Once that bounce is complete, you come back down, it breaks this. You're looking for a measured move. Let me show you how I got this. So right here, do you remember when I made this measured move here? And we nailed it from the top to the low right here, right? And we took a measured move. We took it from this break right here. Once it broke this trend, right? Let me zoom in there a little bit so you can see it. So once this trend broke, right? And then we take that measured move. That also gets us down to that one gets us right to about 7,500. So I'm still looking for that area. But if you remember also, if you measure just the width of this channel, bring it down for the measured move, you can see that's where we got our first bounce, right? We were expecting that. Doing the same type stuff here, guys. All I want to say is be very careful, guys. If you're putting more money than you're willing to lose in any of these markets right now, expecting them to go higher, you're playing with very dangerous, you're in a very dangerous area. I've been heeding caution forever. I get a lot of crappy comments down below. Most of them are from people that, still work a 9 to 5. They don't understand markets. They're broke or they're just in high hopes. Nothing against them. They just don't understand markets. And then you got a bunch of YouTubers out here that claim to be pros. They've never played in any markets other than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been in a bull market since it began, right? Because the traditional markets were. The traditional bear market will absolutely crush Bitcoin. So be careful. All right, let's take a look at B&B. So this is an old chart. We've been talking about it since we broke over here in 22. Actually, I told you about it up here in 21. No, it was 22. And once we broke this, we had a measured move of 202, right? We went a little below it. Came back up, made this trend line. Told you when this broke, watch for 202 again. We hit it. We've bounced around on it a couple times. And if anybody's paying attention to what's going on in Binance, I told you way back over a year ago, something will happen with Binance. Not sure what it is, but the charts were saying it. Well, here we go. I do believe we have a lot further down to go. Once this 202 breaks, your next stop is going to be 153 for a bounce. May it come back up to this 202? Maybe it comes back up and retests this. But after that, once this 153 breaks, 69 is the best case scenario. If that holds, maybe Binance can pull out of it. But if not, Binance is dead, in my opinion. XRP, I've showed you guys this chart so many times. And every little pump people get so hyper. Look at this thing. It's a hype coin, guys. It gets hype. We're getting hype on it right now. There's some respectable people out there that believe in this coin. Makes me kind of sad because I don't understand how they think, right? Banks are going to use this while people are vested in it and people are going to make money off it, right? Yeah, it's just not feasible. They're not going to use this thing. And one other reason the banks aren't going to use XRP is because Ripple holds so much of it. They would not put that risk on the banks that Ripple could dump at any time. Yes, they're locked or whatever, blah, blah, blah. We've seen how locked stuff works in crypto. So just be careful here, guys. Tesla, as you guys know, my Tesla target is between 40 and 50 bucks. I'm a buyer of Tesla. I will be buying down there. I do believe we'll get down there. As you can see back here, I called this drop, and these were your three targets, 49, 106, and 151. We dropped through 151, and I made this way before it happened, guys. This break over here. That was 106. We got our bounce, right? Then we came back, retested the 151, came back up, retested our trend line right here perfectly. We had that lined up well before it happened. And then what did we do? We made another trend here, broke the trend, came back up. We've retested that twice now. This thing is coming down, guys. Tesla is coming down in a big way. And our measured move is between, I'd say, 50 and 60 bucks. I'm looking to start buying around 50 bucks. That is where I'm looking at. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget, smash that thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want daily updates, I haven't been getting them out every day. I've been doing some other stuff lately. Getting into some other things, preparing for this crash, because it is going to be an opportunity of a lifetime. Things are going to get cheap. Houses, vehicles, heavy machinery, many other things. Them are some of the things that I'm looking at getting into, because I think while everybody else is losing their ass, panicking, and just watching the markets crumble, I am going to be picking all kinds of stuff up at a huge, huge discount. Beware, guys. I love you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Check out the links below to help support the channel. I'm out.